Wonderful. So, good evening, everyone. And for them that it's not yet evening, whatever time it is, we salute you and we welcome each one of you to our tonight's training. It's a unique training in the sense that we are celebrating 16 years since Superstar Steam International was born. And I know as members, we all desire to build long-term business. How would you feel if, or what would you be feeling if you were celebrating 16 years of building a successful business? Just to see the reactions on the chat there. What would you feel if maybe you close your eyes first and imagine 16 years anniversary for your Neolife business? How would that feel like? Even as we move on, I would love to take you 16 years. And if you have been in the business for 10 years, I would love to take you 6 years ahead and celebrate your 16 years of success in Neolife International. Fantastic. And do I know how fantastic feels like? All right, that's Susan. Yes, it's interesting to think about that time when you'll be celebrating such level of success. Pierrot and I are 16 years come this 17, that is Friday, from when we said yes to this business. I remember when we started, even before Pierrot takes over and shares a couple of lessons and takeaways that we've been able to achieve in our business, what we have learned, and what we would love you to learn if you are to build that kind of business. Even before she takes away from where I will stop, let me mention this that when we started the business, there are people who are being recognized for having been in the Neolife business for 5 years. Others for 10 years. It was always 5, 10, 15, 20. Well, there was no 20 in Kenya then, but over 10. And it was feeling like it's something far-fetched. You know, the way what you feel like, oh, I wish one day. But it sounds like it's many years away. Guess what? Within no time, we were 5 years, and people started calling us gurus. People have been there for long. Magically, 10 years. You know, it feels like, wow, I cannot believe it. And why it's very exciting for you to celebrate every year of being in the business is because there are so many people who drop off as we move on naturally. Just like death is natural, there are some who just naturally die from this business. And you don't want to be a victim of that. You want to celebrate as many years as you are alive. And therefore, ladies and gentlemen, there are a number of things that make people to, let me start with the negative one, quit. And on the other side of it, there are a number of reasons or things that make people to stick for the longest. And not just being there saying, I joined 10 years ago, 15 years ago. In addition to that, you count what you've been able to achieve. I'm tempted to say it's not about the number of years, but what you have achieved or the amount of achievement in those years. So let's not just count years. You want, when we talk of 16 years, you want to talk of, you can quantify, you can share with the people what you have achieved. And that's why tonight we are very excited to really talk about the 16 years, especially on the lessons that we have learned that we would want you to take away as well as the things perhaps we had to overcome, and so on and so forth. So I want to give Piaros an opportunity to share this. She'll be sharing with us some of the lessons that we have learned. This will be on my own behalf, and her own behalf and my own behalf, because we have built the business together. I'll be coming back to give to share recognition for the far we've come. We're already at the middle of the month, and so I'll be excited to also come back and share that recognition. So just a second. Sorry, just a minute. All right. So as Piaros comes in, and there are so many people who have not responded to my question down there. What you would feel to celebrate 16 years one of these days? You know, when you put it in your mind, when you start thinking about it, it causes you to take action. It triggers some, I would say, some hormones that will make you to work extra hard because you are thinking about it and you can see it. We say, as a man thinketh, so he is. And I want to also imagine that if you're able to see it, then you can achieve it. And we say, if you can perceive it, you can achieve it. So allow me to give it to Piaros from there.
Wow, wow. Good evening, superstars. Good evening, everyone. I hope you're doing well, excited, and happy for this day. Welcome, everyone, to this Zoom meeting tonight. I want to be able to welcome all of us and say you are in the right place. Training is very, very important, and I'm glad to be talking to you tonight as we turn 16 years. Thank you so much for your congratulatory messages, and I believe that God destined us for good things, and I know the future of Superstars team is very bright. The future of our team is very bright, And I'm glad to be one of the founders of the International Superstars team. When we joined, we were not even sure of what we were doing, but I thank God because He had great plans for us. And that now we are here celebrating 16 years. What a business. I don't know how time has flown, because it looks like that it was just yesterday. So first, I want to congratulate all of us for being part of this team, for being part of the International Superstars team. And we say that we are a team of excellence. We are a team that we have a vision for the team, that we want to make sure everybody who joins our team, as long as they do what I'm going to share with you, they are going to succeed. We are holding their hands, and we will make sure that everyone in this team succeeds. And I'm sure tonight you came in with a resolve that you also want to succeed. You joined this business with a resolve that you want to succeed. So I know success is for sure in our business because we have done it. So for those who are new and just joined our team, my name is Pieros Cherotich. I was once a high school teacher. I'm a teacher of physics and mathematics. I loved teaching, but deep inside me, I knew I can do something bigger and better. So when we started the business 16 years ago, it was not easy. So I'll be sharing with us some of the things that we've learned, and we have a lot of time even to share. The whole of this week, we are dedicating it to celebrate the 16 years of Superstars existence. And I will never forget the very day that we got the presentation in our home. So I really respect people who join in from their homes, because imagine going to explain to someone. In fact, the person, my brother-in-law who came to tell us about the business, really knew nothing. He had just joined the business. So he knew nothing, but we believed. And funny enough, it was our first time to hear such a business. And recently, I've also met people who have never heard. So sometimes I hear distributors say, oh, everybody has heard. No, there are so many people who don't know about this model of business. So on the 17th of July, 2010, this person came to our house at about noon. I will never forget. I think he had gone for a meeting in the morning. Then after the meeting, he came to our house and shared the opportunity. Initially, he wanted to sell us the products, or to sell me the products for weight loss. But of course, when he mentioned that if you are a member, you get discounted prices, that is when I decided to become a member. Josephat actually joined us later, only to join for money. So I joined for health. And I thank God, because now 16 years down the line, we are a healthy family. We've helped many other people to be able to achieve great health. So it's been a journey altogether for the last 16 years. But I remember the first day when we joined the business. I think they say success loves speed. So we did it very fast. We actually got the money and joined, in fact, very fast. And I remember that very same evening, after the man went away, he actually left and came back with a kit. So he opened the kit for us and told me that I can become a manager. So in the evening, I remember we asked ourselves with Josephat, it's like we have lost money. Something came to us. I think it was the devil. Because we felt like, oh, what was that we joined? We were like, we are having now a second thought. We are wondering, what is that? Why did we do it very rashly? I don't know whether on this call there is anyone who ever thought like that or felt like that. Like after joining, we felt, oh. So Josephat said, but it's little money. Even if we are scammed, it's little money. But on the Monday, because that was a Saturday, we bought some products. They reached us, and I was able to start using the products. And the rest is history. So I really thank God, because we went under their mentorship of our leaders by that time, and especially my upline director, who became very resourceful. And there were so many things that we didn't know, which we learned by and by, Today, 16 years down the line, we are still learning, we are still students, because we want to get to 5 Diamond Director. You can't say you have learned until you are a 5 Diamond Director. So that is my story. I have a lot to tell because we've achieved a lot in this business. Today, we look back and just thank God for giving us the eye to see this business. Of course, the success was not on the spot. In fact, for the last, since 2013, I think since 2013, we've been the best team in terms of sponsoring, that is bringing people. But when we joined, we didn't know how to talk to people. We had to learn it. So I thank God because today we are among the best teams in the whole of East Africa that is able to sponsor match. So what am I telling our friends or our people who are new, who are finding it very hard to sponsor? Just keep doing it, because one day you will get the rhythm and you will really move. Because I remember the first month we did not sponsor anybody. The second month we only sponsored one person, you know, and that was it. So we are saying that you don't have to get it right at the beginning, but you have to remain a student. So I discovered that the blueprint in our business is believing in yourself. Believing in yourself that you can do this business. That is really what has really kept us moving, because the belief we have had in this business from the word go is on another level. And I believed that because I was reading the magazine and seeing people who had done it for 20 years, 30 years, 10 years, and they had succeeded in the business, I also believe that I can do it. So just know that that is the blueprint, believing in yourself. That is number one. I hope you are making notes, because these are very, very important aspects of the business. So believe in yourself. Keep believing in yourself every other day. Don't doubt. I discovered that when you doubt something, it does not even succeed. Because, you know, as long as you're doubting, you know, in our business, you cannot fake it. People will just know. So if you are a doubtful person, how would people even join you? They can read from your face. So believe in yourself. So the other thing is I say the blueprint is believing in yourself, and the cheat code is discipline and consistency. That is so important. So when we started doing the business, of course, we had to start talking to people, doing the basics, involving the skills of network marketing, that is prospecting, you know, inviting, presenting, follow-up, you know, closing, and attending events or promoting events. Those are the things that we learned by and by. It can't be a day thing, by and by. But what has made us to do it so well for the last 16 years is the discipline that we developed. And of course, now the consistency. So we have consistently done this business. And one of the things I heard the first day I joined the business is that you need to do 100 points every month. So for the last 16 years, I have never missed even 1 month to do my 100 points. I think that one you need to congratulate me. You need to give me some, you clap for me. Because I have never, imagine 16 years, how many months are those? 16 times 12? Those are so many months. So you can imagine, I have never missed doing 100 points. That is something I got in this business. So I have consistently done that, even when I was not seeing so much results. Thank you, Daisy. Thank you, Rogers, for clapping for me. So the cheat code is discipline and consistency. So discipline means you do what you are supposed to do, even when you don't feel like doing it. I did talk to people even when I felt I didn't want to do it. Because, you know, when you're starting, it's not something that you're used. When you're starting, it's a bit challenging because, you know, like me, I was so reserved, conserved. I did not want to disturb people. After all, I had a job. But something told me, if you want to get things that you if you want to get what you want, you need to do what you don't like doing. So I had to be consistently doing what I didn't like doing until a moment I now enjoyed it. So at the beginning, it is boring. And I discovered people who are very successful, they do boring things. By then, they do boring things. Don't expect to be successful by just doing something. And you know, at the first instance, anything that is now success was once boring to someone. They were not able to do, but they learned to live with it, doing it. And you see, our business is about doing. So that is discipline and what? Consistency. So the first thing I would like to tell us is what has actually given us success in this business is having a strong why. Actually, now for you, this is number one, strong why. Have a strong why. When your why is very strong, you will never quit. So have a strong why. What is your why? You need to sit down, especially if you are new in the business. Write down. We have this booklet called this Getting Started book. That's a very good book to help you to know your why. You should have a strong why. If your why is, for example, to get your children to good education, that is a strong why. I mean, you don't stop until you achieve what you came for. If your why is to be healthy throughout your life, that's a strong why. So you need to keep doing it using the products of Neolife, you see? So have a strong why. If your why is building a home or buying a home, imagine. And the beauty about this business is that as you grow from distributor to manager to senior manager to executive to director, the why will always change. Because initially when we joined and we discussed with my husband, we said, if we can only get 20,000 per month through this business, that will be enough. That was our why. We wanted to supplement our income. But in 3 months, we already had achieved or even surpassed that mark of 20,000. So, of course, we had to build a bigger why. At some point, our why was to pay off my loan. I had a loan, a student loan, and I wanted to pay it off because I wanted to quit my job. So within actually 5 months, I remember my 5th month, I got an incentive from Neolife. We got a bonus of 31,000, and we got an incentive that was called Beginner's Bonanza. It was for everybody who was building and below 1 year in the business. So I was actually given a bonus of an incentive of 80,000. So it came to 113,000 in 1 month. And I had arrears in my loan of 80,000. So I paid off very fast. So you can imagine now after I cleared my loan, now I was able to quit my job that fast. And of course, we now had a why of buying a car. Our why changed. We wanted now to build a home. We wanted to buy bigger cars. We wanted to invest. All these things we have done because our why has been growing bigger and bigger every day. So have a strong why. Do you have a why? As I speak now, please, you should be writing down, what is my why? What do I want to achieve as you do Neolife business? When you don't have a strong why, you may not really have the desire or even the push to do this business. So I've seen people in this team, they have not yet achieved results, but I can see their strong why is keeping them in the business. They are 1 year old in the business. They have not maybe achieved so much, but they are still going strong. Yeah, so strong why. Thank you, Samba. A strong why. So that why is the one that wakes you up every morning. Reminds you that you need to talk to people, you need to get customers, you need to sponsor, you need to all these things that you are supposed to do. You need to follow up, you need to go for an event. These are strong why. So write down. And in fact, the best is to write a number of them and then you see it to be top 3, top 10 things that you want to achieve. And they can be long-term, medium term, or even short term. Short term means in the next 3 months, this is what you want to achieve. You want to, not to be struggling too much, maybe in the next 3 months. In the next 6 months, maybe you want to, move maybe your children to a better school, something like that. So strong why, that is number one. And that is what really pushed us in the business. So I'm sharing the lessons from my 16 years in the business and of course what we did to succeed. Number 2, Number 2 is we developed, in our system of working, like our jobs, like me as a teacher, I think it was a bit easy for me for this because teachers always have a lesson plan. They write a summary of what they want to do in the whole term, the whole year, the whole term, and every lesson has its own objectives. And I think it was very easy for me now when I came in and I was told, PROs, you should have a daily method of operation, that is DMO, daily method of operation. Let me tell you guys, if you work our business like a business, it will pay you like a business. If you will work it like a hobby, it will cost you like a hobby. So you need to work it seriously. So what do you need? Because I know maybe you joined the business while you are doing something else. So you need a daily method of operation. A daily method of operation that will assist you to be able to grow your business. So have a daily method. Do you have a to-do list? Do you know what you're supposed to do tomorrow, maybe at 8 a.m. for your business to grow? If you are full-time, how is your day? How are you spending your day? Do you just scroll, see people who are successful in your life? If you are part-time in the business, how are you using your extra time? I remember when we were part-time in the business, I was not even wasting my break time in school. Break time, when the other teachers were going for tea and strolling around, I was always having my tea very fast, sit down and start calling people. Daily method of operation. Lunchtime, there was no time to waste. I actually told the people who are serving us in school, bring food to my office because I had an office. Bring my food to my office. I'm not going to eat with the rest because I didn't want to lose any minute. So how is your daily method of operation? And your daily method of operation must align with your why, the time you want to succeed, and of course, basics, doing the basics. So what time do you do the using of the product, sharing of the product, sharing of the opportunity? Make sure that your daily method of operation is full of things that help you to achieve results. So that is so important. Don't work the business haphazardly. And this one, you should be assisted by your upline director. Many people join the business, they don't know what next. They don't know what to do. So please be guided. So have a daily method of operation and make sure that you are doing the daily success habits. Remember, Neolife calls them the daily success habits because they are supposed to be done on a daily basis. If you find yourself you've not done any of the 4, all the 4 daily success habits every day, then you should know something is wrong. So if you are very new in the business, use the products every day. Number 2, share the products every day, not every week. Number 3, share the opportunity. Present to people every day, not every week. And then train every day. Listen. Like me, even as I do my house chores right here at home, I'm always on my headphones. I'm listening. There are so many materials on the back office. Did you know that? The back office of Neolife. And by the way, we are so lucky. This age and era. When we joined the business in 2010, there was nothing like a back office. There was really nothing. In fact, we were only dealing with papers. They had to produce you a printout so that you see what was done in your team. But today, everything is real time. When someone does something, it shows on your back office. So it would be nice. So for the new people, if you want to learn every day, go to your back office, go to resources, and then you go to resource library. Your upline can show you that. Back office, the 3 lines on the left, resources, and then resource library. You will find so many videos. Today, I've listened to about 4 of them. And I'm telling you, I've been listening to them consistently. Remember, the word is consistent. So daily method of operation. How do you operate every day? How much time are you giving your business? Because again, there's someone who will tell me, I want to be earning 100,000 in 3 months, but they only give the business 1 hour. That one can't work. So you have to be very realistic as you also set your goals in your business. So you have to be very realistic. So it's either you increase the amount of time you're giving the business or reduce your expectation. I hope we are right on that. And don't forget, we are not in a get rich quick scheme. We're in a business. Number 3, which is also tied to number 2, because I've talked about training, is personal development. Personal development. Focus on this as much as possible. Remember, our business is about communication. Learn communication skills. The more you know how to communicate, the better your business will grow. So personal development. And the beauty about personal development, and how do you do it? How do you develop yourself? We say that your business cannot grow beyond you. You have to grow and then the business will follow. If the business grows too fast before you grow, then that business will crumble for sure. It will come down looking for you. So you had better be ready for the business to grow, like in your mindset. So this is going to work on your mindset. So personal development is about now really training yourself, listening to videos. I listen a lot to Eric Worre. I listen to Brian Carruthers. I listen to network marketers. In fact, if you go to YouTube and look for network marketing training, you will find a lot of them. So personal development, you listen to videos, you read books. Oh my God, this is so good and important. Personally, as a maths physics teacher together with Josephat, both of us are maths physics teachers. We were not good readers. But remember, I told you, if you want to get what you want, you must do the boring things. For me, sitting and reading a book is always a problem. But I force myself, I push myself. And by the time I finish the book, I'm very excited because I've learned a lot. So that gives you personal development. One, it develops your language. Number 2, so you can be able to communicate with other people easily. You see? So that is so important. And number 2, it gives you the knowledge about the business. So in personal development, you are going to be wide, but of course you start. So those who are new in the business, there are even audiobooks, very, very nice, including GoPro. I'm sure you can see behind me, I have a lot of books. I can say 60% of the books that I have here are related to network marketing, to the business I do. So 60%, so 40% may be inspirational books and maybe other things, but majorly I can tell you I have so many books on network marketing. Why? Not that I love to read, but I push myself, I force myself. And what has it done? It has worked on my mindset. One of the things you need to understand is when we are teaching about the cash flow quadrant, we have the left-hand side and the right-hand side. Left hand, everybody says they want to go to the right-hand side. For sure, yes, going to the right-hand side is not just moving in terms of wealth or anything. It is about your mindset. So when you have the right mindset for the right-hand side, then you stay in the right-hand side. So you might be on the, you are on the left because of your mindset. So this is going to work on your mindset. That is personal development. Most of us, when we are starting the business, including me, when I started the business, my mindset was employment. And you know what? In employment, we talk about earning every month, like us teachers, even during holidays, that we would still be paid our salary. But in your life, that doesn't work. You have to work. In every business, not just in your life, every business, you have to work. So when you get the right personal development, I'm telling you, your business will never be the same again. So read. And I can always tell who is reading and who is not, because when you are reading, things will be different. The way you talk, the way you speak, what you speak. Because again, sometimes what we speak can also tell that you don't even have any knowledge on the same. So Let's do what we may not like doing. It will require some time. And if I say you read, you don't have to read the whole day. You can spare only 30 minutes every day. Remember, 30 minutes in one day. In 6 days, that is 180 minutes, which is 3 hours. That's a lot of time. So they actually say that the leading CEOs in the world read 50 books in a year. So do you want to be a CEO? Yes, you are the CEO of your business. So do that. Personal development. So for the books that you're to read, I know many times we've talked about these books, but I know some of us know. But for the sake of the very new people, write this. GoPro is one of the best books you can read by Eric Warren. Number 2 is Think and Grow Rich. That's also a good book to read. That's more of inspirational and really helps you to think big. Even The Magic of Thinking Big is also another one. The other one is The Business of the 21st Century by Robert Kiyosaki. That's a very good book. A very good book about our business, the business of the 21st century. There are so many books. I can go on and on. There's another one called Eat That Frog. It helps you to, this daily method of operation, it will be very easy for you to consider what to do first, even in your to-do list. So, Eat That Frog, Chura, by Brian Tracy. Yeah, and so many other books. We have so many books. Yeah, so personal development is so, so important. Number 4 is what I call keep the main thing the main thing. Keep the main thing the main thing. And I think this is so important. Who can write for me there on the chat what is the main thing in our business? Please write on the chat. Are we together? Keep the main thing the main thing. What is the main thing? Anybody? Thank you, Susan. Yeah, sponsoring. Sponsoring. Thank you, Lillian. PV 2 in 30, no, 3 in 30, my goodness. Thank you, Mary. Yeah, keep the main thing, sponsoring. Sponsoring, and I think now we are going to add the 100 points. I can see most of our leaders have gotten that aspect. But sponsoring is the main thing. Thank you, Eunice. Training, yes. But the main thing in our business is what? Sponsoring. So do 100 points and sponsor. Why? Because from that book of The Business of the 21st Century, they say the value of your network marketing business, or the value of your business, the word V, the letter V, which means value, equals N squared. N to mean network squared. So the bigger the network, the bigger this N, because you're squaring, the bigger the value. It is actually, I mean, when you have a big network, when you build an empire in our business, you tend to grow very fast. Now, when I look at me and Josephat, we've built a business. I think since we joined, we've enrolled. The Superstars team has enrolled over 50,000 people in the business. Can you imagine? I was also looking at the statistics that every month, the entire Superstars team, of course, not everybody is active, but every month, the entire Superstars team consumes products worth almost 100 million Kenyan shillings. 100 million. Can I sell such products? No. Can I use those products? No. In one given month, 100 million. So that is the power of the network. So you need to understand that we need to sponsor so many, as many as you can. So that has really pushed us to sponsor. Don't worry about people who even join and quit. Don't worry about that. Sponsor, keep sponsoring, get people to join your business. Keep digging until you find that diamond, that PROs, that, that person who will do the business. So keep the main thing, the main thing. So this process of sponsoring is also quite a process in the sense that you learn it slowly by slowly. Remember all those skills that I talked about, the prospecting, the inviting, the presenting, the follow-up, the closing, and then starting the person right and promoting events. All of them lead to what? To sponsoring. So why I'm saying you have to do it until you get it right is because all of them sum up to you successfully sponsoring. You successfully sponsoring. And we say that in our business, there's a difference between recruiting and sponsoring. Recruiting is where you bring people, but you are not helping them. You are not working with them to be able to grow. But when you sponsor, you make sure that you hold these people. Like, for example, I know we have people on this call tonight who have their downlines, who may not even have joined this call. It is up to you. That means you recruited that person. You never sponsored. Either they are not serious or you are not doing a good communication. So keep the main thing, the main thing. Then because I want to finish, the other thing that has really helped us in the business is what we call GAME. GAME. G-A-M-E. GAME. So it stands for Great Associations, Mentors, and Environment. Great Associations, Mentors, and Environment. GAME. G for Great, A for Associations, M for Mentors, and E for Environment. So you need to get them great to be great. So associate with the right people. Associations are so important. Who do you associate? You find that most of the time, yes, you are doing this business, but the people we associate with are so negative. They're always draining your energy. They're always telling you it doesn't work. You need to get out of those associations. Me, I lost so many friends as I began the business because they were really pestering me to drop the business, to quit the business. But the moment I disassociated with them, that's the starting point of my success. I came to the trainings, and to get good associations, you have to go to trainings where you meet the right people. You have to meet people that are like-minded, like you. So great associations, and then mentors. Who is your mentor? Who is your mentor? Do you have a mentor in the first place? Because this business requires that you have someone holding your hand. These are business of supporting each other. So you could be a mentor, or you should, and as much as you are a mentor to your people, you should also have a mentor. So kindly make sure you get a mentor. And who is going to be your mentor? It has to be someone in your upline. Not necessarily your direct upline, anybody, including even Charlie Bolton. We are all under our 5 Diamond director, Charlie Bolton. But you see now, a mentor should also be somebody who is reachable. How do you reach Charlie Bolton in South Africa? So some of those things you need to consider. Do you have a mentor? The beauty about a mentor is that you will learn from their mistakes. You will share with them even your challenges. They will tell you the mistakes they ever did. And what happens is, you will learn from their mistakes. They say that foolish people want to learn from their own mistakes, but wise people will learn from other people's mistakes. So those are mentors. And now your mentor must be someone who has what you want, who is higher than you in that step. So if you are a distributor, you should not have a mentor to be your fellow distributor. If you are a director or as an executive manager, you cannot have a mentor who is a senior manager. No way. It should always be someone who is higher than you. I hope you get me. So get a mentor. And if you want to be a good mentor, to be a good mentee, you should be teachable. So for you to be a good mentee, you should be coachable. You should have a burning desire and should be willing. So one of the things I've also done in my business is that I always work with the willing. When I see you are not willing, oh, I will just slowly back off. And that is for sure, because you don't want to use your energy on someone who is not serious. Yeah. So please, I also want to urge all of us, if you want to succeed in this business, work with the willing. As a teacher, I would always be focused on those children who would come to me and ask me questions as a teacher. But children who don't understand things and then they are always away, they don't want to ask questions, they don't want to consult, how would you know even that they have a problem? So if you have a mentor, be willing. So as a mentor also, mentor only those people who are willing. So I've always, me and Josephat, we've learned to work with the willing. When we see you are not willing, we don't bother. So great associations, mentors, and environment. Make sure that you work on your environment. How is your environment? Where do you live? I mean, whom do you live with? The environment, is it a conducive environment for the business? That is one of the things that you need to look into. I've seen people even move. There's one gentleman who moved from Nairobi to Kakamega just to do the business because that was a better environment for him. So you can always work on your environment, but at the same time, you can even improve the environment that you are in. Then number 6, is it number 7 now? I think it's number 6, if I'm not wrong. Attend every event. That is what has really, oh my God, that one has helped us big time. We've attended every event since we joined the business. Thank you, Lilia. Number 6, attend what? Every event. Attend as long as you qualify. If you have not qualified, you as a manager, you cannot attend a senior manager training. No, you'll only attend the manager training. So as long as you qualify for any event, attend. Take advantage of every event. Some of the events you will even have to pay for it, and it's okay. There's nothing for free, so pay for it and be in that event. Eric Warren has been hosting events every December for 3 days. There's even, we pay in the tune of 35,000 to attend that event. And actually, when it is happening in the US, it is during the day. So in Kenya, we normally start at 7 p.m. to 5 a.m. We are awake the whole night. So we sacrifice our money, and actually, Eric Warren is never here in person with me, but online. But I have to pay. So even if it means paying, we are going for the Impact Summit in October. Pay and come, attend these events. We have our event on Friday, by the way, to celebrate Superstars team. Find a way of even coming, even if it means you are paying for yourself. So attending events will really help you to grow your business. And the last one, but not the least, because I see time is up, we have not done recognition. The last one is never give up. Never give up. We say that there are only 2 people in our business. Only 2 people. Number 1, winners. And number 2, quitters. We don't have failures at all. Because when you stay and never give up, you will never fail. So we only have winners and quitters. So you choose, who do you want to be? Do you want to be a winner? Do you want to be a quitter? Who do you want to be? I can't see on the charts who is writing. Who do you want to be? Do you want to be a winner or a quitter? So me, I told myself, as long as I'm going to succeed, I will work this business. Now I'm 16 years old in the business. I'm not yet a 5-diamond director. Oh my God, I cannot quit until I become a 5-diamond director. That one, we made a resolve a long time ago. Thank you, Samba. Veronica, you are a winner. And a winner, wow. Thank you, Daisy. Yes, never give up. So for you to never give up, you need to do all that I have explained above, and also have what we call a rhino skin. A rhino what? A rhino skin. You know a rhino skin? I'm told a rhino has a very hard skin. So even when birds come and peck it like this, they don't feel anything. Don't have a baby skin. A baby skin is where when you get like a rejection, you are so discouraged. That is a baby skin. Thank you, guys. That is a baby skin. Have a rhino skin. When someone says they don't want your business, just brace yourself, go talk to the next person. Then you will be a winner. Thank you, guys. Never, ever give up. No matter the matter, I'm telling you guys, if you never give up in this business, you will succeed. And sure, we are going to be sharing more and more and more and more. I want to say I really appreciate each one of you. We love you so much, and we know that the sky is the lower limit. And guess what? Josephat and I, we are ready to hold your hands and to take you places, to make sure that each one of you achieves their dream. If you want to be a president, because we've been there, I really want to assure you, let us stay on. We are ready to hold your hands. We are ready to support you and work with you all the way to the top. God bless you so much. God bless you. I want to pass it over back to Josephat to do the recognition. Thank you, winners. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, we were changing gadgets from one to the other. So let's appreciate Pieros on the chat there for such a powerful recap of how our 16 years journey has been. I want to believe that we have picked some great lessons that we can run with. Because that was the idea behind today's training, to help you pick some lessons that you can run with. One thing that you'll appreciate is that Pieros has shared the same in a very simplistic manner. I know some of you're asking, what? You mean that can work? You mean it's that easy? Our business is not about complex things. It's about what you do. Consistently, simple disciplines repeated consistently. So congratulations for being part of such a wonderful training. I want to believe that our lives will never be the same again. And it's about doing. Now you know what we've done for these years to build such a strong, stable business. But knowing is not enough. Go ahead and implement those simple things that you have learned. Check on your associations, work with your mentors, check the people you associate with, your environment. Those simple things. Sacrifice. Don't say you are busy. No one has all the time. We all sacrifice. I don't want to repeat what Pieros has shared with us. I just want to challenge each one of us that it doesn't matter how the past has been, ladies and gentlemen. You can start here and now and build a brand new future. You write the story that you want, the future that you want. Don't let any other person hold the pen when you are writing your story. That is it about our training tonight. Allow me to take just 3 minutes, the remaining 3 minutes, and take us through the recognition that I believe is equally important